Hello, my friends. It is time for an update on the center podium schedule for the second half of 2020. As COVID-19 cases are spiking across the United States, government regulations are making it necessary to make new changes to the schedule. Now, first, I want to explain my methodology for when I decide to move a show and what restrictions we'll face. Now, the point I want to stress is that we're at the mercy of several factors. Postponing an event is not a decision that I make, but a response to a mandate made by government entities. Now, the most important factors, of course, is city, county, and state regulations. The next factor is venue regulations and the ability to work within the government regulations at a venue. For example, I moved the NPC Motherlode from the Grand Sierra Resort to the Reno Sparks Convention Center because the layout of the convention center offered flexibility of space, which allowed me to use several rooms. Now, that event was limited to 50 people per room. By having several rooms, I was able to execute the event. Now, the final factor I look at is trends as they are outlined at the Johns Hopkins University COVID-19 website. Now, my goal is always to reschedule a show as close to the original date as possible. However, if I see the numbers are trending in the wrong direction, I may choose a date that is further out. Now, before I get into the date changes, I'd like to discuss one number. Now, this one number is the most important number in all of this. And as we all know, there's a wide spectrum of opinions and various aspects of this pandemic. Now, it's not my place to decide what's logical or factual, but I do know that none of it really matters as long as this one number is going up. And if this one number is going up, we're going to continue to be regulated, and that is total new daily infections. If we want to have events, if we want our gyms to be open, if we want to return to normal, that number needs to come down. And it doesn't matter what any of us think. This number needs to go down or our world is going to stay shut down. Now, we as Americans, we hate to be told what to do. So I say, do what you think you need to do while doing the things you need to do. What I mean is do what you think you need to do to help that number go down, whatever that is for you. For me personally, I've made small changes. I do cardio outside instead of at the gym. When I do go to the gym, I choose to go during off hours instead of at 5:30 when it's jamming in there. When I go food shopping, I buy enough to last 2 to 3 weeks rather than having to go a couple times a week. Of course, I take vitamins to boost my immune system. I feel like these small changes across our population can have a big impact and still allow us to have our lives. Now, rather than fighting about what we think will work or won't work, just do what you think will work. All that I know is that we need that number to go down. And if it does not, we need to get ready for another lockdown. So it's up to all of us to work together to push that number down. So moving on to the revised show schedule. Now, currently, our next show is the Dexter Jackson Classic. It is scheduled for July 25th, its original date in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, our regular venue will not be hosting us this year, of course, due to COVID restrictions. However, we have found a new venue, the Hyatt Riverfront in downtown Jacksonville. Now, if you've made a reservation at our host hotel, which is also a Hyatt, your reservation will be automatically moved, and we're going to take care of this next week to our new venue. Now, the state of Nevada has extended Phase 2 until the end of July. This means that there can be no events larger than 50. An event that is limited to just 50 people cannot work for the Tahoe show. Therefore, I've made the hard decision to move the Tahoe show to September 26th and 27th. Your registration will be automatically moved to the new date, as will your hotel reservations. Now, if the new date doesn't work for you, you will receive a credit for any one of our shows in 2020 or 2021. Now, if you would like to transfer, you must confirm we must confirm your transfer by August 15th, 2020. Again, you have to confirm that transfer by August 15th, 2020. We make significant commitments based on your commitments, which is what makes adhering to these deadlines imperative to the success of the show. The next move is the NPC New Mexico State Open. It has been rescheduled from September 26th to November 14th. The venue will still be the Route 66 Casino. Your registrations will be automatically moved. Now, if you would like to transfer, again, you can do this and move to any show in 2020 or 2021, but you must confirm your transfer by October 1st, 2020. Again, that date is October 1st, 2020. Now, as we've already announced, the NPC West Coast has been moved to Agua Caliente Resort and Rancho Mirage for October 11th. This date remains solid. You may transfer your registration to another show, but you must do this by August 15th, 2020. Now, early this year, we moved the Legion Sports Fest to Reno, Nevada, and added an NPC show to the event. While you may transfer to this show, those already registered may not move their registration, for the Legion has been on the same date since its initial announcement. Now, finally, we wrap up the year with the NPC Worldwide International Russia Championship. This event is good to go, and we're optimistic that there will be no changes given a consistent drop in new infections in Russia after their short but very strict lockdown. So far, so many of you have been understanding and gracious. Your expressions of gratitude have been the wind in our sails. It's a difficult time. With all the changes, I've scheduled events 19 times, and so far this year, we've only been able to produce one. But we press on with one single goal, and that is to be there for athletes, our partners, and create continuity, consistency, and a way to keep you going during these difficult times. With that, we ask for your patience. We're negotiating uncharted waters. Pay close attention to the changes and information that we share. When we work together and support each other, we'll get back to the normal world in which we all thrived, and we will thrive again.